Hello everyone and welcome to One Card Wonder Wednesday for June 20th, 2018. Today we're going to make this adorable card using Mint Macaron as the background, Blackberry Bliss, and Whisper White. We're going to use the Stitched All Around set and the Stitched Labels Framelits. And these are a detailed framelit, so I wanted to show you how to use those. So today we're actually going to include the big shot in the video. I'm just going to set the card aside and we're going to open up our Blackberry Bliss to start with. I use the Enjoy Your Special Day stamp, and I stamp that in Blackberry Bliss, and I ink it in Blackberry Bliss, sorry. And then I want to stamp it as close to the center of my white paper as I can, so I'm just going to kind of put that in the center here so you can see it better. Try to get in the center as much as possible. That's pretty close. And then we have a small piece of Blackberry Bliss here as well. And I'm going to move the big shot over and I'm going to show you how you need to lay or make your sandwich, so to speak, with your big shot platform. So you're going to use the regular big shot platform, and then you're going to lay the thin adapter die down, and then you're going to need, this is called the precision base plate. The precision base plate is very heavy duty. It's metal, very thick. Well, I shouldn't say very thick, but heavy. You don't want to drop it on your toe, that's for sure. I'm going to lay down my Blackberry Bliss, and I'm going to use this quilted, I guess you would call it, embossing framelit. And what this is going to do, it's just going to emboss a pattern onto this paper. It's not going to cut it out. It's just going to emboss it. And that's the reason you need the precision base plate, because that helps get the detail of the embossing part. Now this framelit will cut and emboss, and you can tell because this has all the way around the edge the little cutting part. I want to lay that around my saying on the Whisper White cardstock, and then you're just going to put your clear plate over and run it through the big shot. Now sometimes this gets a little tough just because it's a little thicker. Whoops. A little bit thicker, and of course I'm on a weird angle, so it's harder to roll it sideways than it would be if I were to put the big shot the other way, but you wouldn't be able to see if I did that. So, and that's pretty much the only thing you need the big shot for with this card. So I'm just going to move the paper aside and move these plates out of the way because we don't need those anymore. Now, you can see we've got that nice little cutout now with our Whisper White. And I want to poke all the little pieces of extra paper out, which I like to use if I'm only doing like one or two cards. I like to use this. If you're doing more, you can use the little die brush. And it is helpful if you have a lot of pieces. It comes with, excuse me, sorry, my throat is dry. Comes with a spongy little mat that goes with it that you lay under it, but I prefer just using it right on my hand like I just did to get all the little pieces out. Now, because this is a newer die and I've only used it a couple of times, my paper is kind of stuck in here. You just got to push a little harder. You don't want to tear your paper by any means, but there we go. Once you get a little edge started, then it will come out easy. And once you use it more, they'll come out easier, but it came out just fine. And you can see the little stitching pattern that it left on there. That's the embossing part. Now, with our embossing, with just the embossing quilted thing, you can see it left a nice little pattern on this. And the reason I wanted to use that is because as part of the card, there is the element here with just this little Blackberry Bliss piece right there. And that's what this will be used for. I'm just going to get rid of all these little pieces of paper real quick, and we can move on. So the next step will be just to adhere the Whisper White frame to the piece of Blackberry Bliss. Now the Whisper White piece of paper, the original dimension is 5 inches by 3.75 inches, and the Blackberry Bliss I just made 1/8 of an inch bigger, so it will just frame it on the outside edge. It's not going to leave a thick frame, but it will leave just a little bit of a frame on the outside edge of it, just to make your Whisper White pop. Now I want to use the mint macaron, and because you have you could have done this before or after, it doesn't matter, because the mint macaron is lighter than the Blackberry Bliss. It's not going to show up on the Blackberry Bliss. But I've got the long stamp with the leaf on it, and we're just going to ink it up really good with the mint macaron, and of course that's longer than the pad, so you got to kind of go diagonal, just make sure it's nice and covered, and just start at one end, do 1 stamp, 2 stamp, 3, so you get a really cute ombre. And then you're going to do that with the other end as well, and that just adds a little bit of color to your Whisper White front on this card. And you can do that with any stamp on any card. It just makes a really cute ombre effect, and I just thought it was adorable. So as you can see, you've got that little ombre effect now. I'm going to take this and we're going to put some Stampin' Dimensionals on it, because as you know, I love my Stampin' Dimensionals. I'm just going to use the regular size dimensionals. I'm going to put 1 in each corner and probably 1 in the center, just to keep it from sagging, because we don't want saggy cards. Now I don't know if y'all have been having a great week, a great weekend. I just got back from visiting family. It was fun. Now, when I lay this on here, I kind of tilt it a little bit and set it right in that frame spot, and then adhere it down. That way it is exactly where your frame was, and so that will show up nicely on your card. And then I want to take this piece here, and what I want to use is the 1 1/8 inch scallop punch, and I just want to cut out a circle, the scallop circle, with a piece of that, and I just want to get that design in there. Sorry, I just didn't want it to pop out at you. It's hard to see the design on the camera, but it's there, I promise. And I've already punched with the 1 3/8 inch circle a piece of mint macaron. We're just going to put a Stampin' Dimensional in the middle of that mint macaron. And if I can get the backing off from it, there we go. We'll just add this piece of Blackberry Bliss right on there. And now on the back of the mint macaron, we're just going to put some adhesive. And I've used I believe, now I can't think of what the name of it is, but it is the leaf punch. And that may actually be the name of it, I don't know. This punch here with the leaf decal or design. And I just took some vellum and punched one of those out, and I'm including that on the back of. I want to slide that under just the mint macaron, just underneath the edge of that a little bit. Put that on there. And now I want to take, and I think on my first card I didn't use dimensionals on the back, but I'm going to use dimensionals on the back of this just to give it even more pop. Because why not? Some extra pop is always nice. So just do in the corner and then a couple down the center, just to make sure, like we said earlier, we don't want saggy cards. Once you get those all on there, then the next step obviously is to adhere it to our mint macaron. I did add some little jewels, and I used sorry for my arm reaching across here, but my jewels are behind me on the shelf. Some of the faceted dots that are perfect for this because they come in the Blackberry Bliss black, and the mint macaron, and Grapefruit Grove. But I think I'm just going to take one of the larger Blackberry Bliss. I'm going to put that up in the corner. I'm going to take one of these medium size mint macaron, and I'll put it right there. And then I also want to add one of the smaller rhinestones because I like a little sparkle. And once you've got that, you fold your card. You can use your bone folder to make sure it's nice and bent. But that is your card for today, sorry, I have to look at the date again, June 20th, because I'm a little out of it right now. June 20th, 2018. Hope you have a great day. Enjoy. Bye.